friends, today's video will be a bit of a different one. If you know me at all, I love Japan so much and I am just kind of sad that I can't go as easily or as often as I want to now that I'm in the UK. If you don't know, I'm from Hong Kong, so not Japan unfortunately, but in Hong Kong, I feel like people go to Japan quite often. It's sort of like, you know, how people just go to Europe, like France or Germany or something like that, over half term or Easter break or Christmas break, things like that. It's quite accessible and easy to get to. And for a lot of, I guess, Asian countries, people just tend to go to places like Japan or South Korea all the time, and I just miss doing that. Obviously, it's not like cheap to fly there anyway, but compared to if I were to make a trip to Japan from here, it's a lot more affordable. And I just miss being close to Japan or having it just fairly accessible from where I live. And yeah, I don't know. I haven't been there for a year now, which isn't that long, but I am definitely missing the vibes of food and things like that. And even in Hong Kong, I feel like you can easily get access to Japanese like restaurants, supermarkets, shops, and things like that. And you just can't here, which is a bit unfortunate. And yeah, I just thought, why not do a video where I try and explore and see if there are places in London, which I know it's not going to be the same, but maybe it can sort of scratch that itch a little bit. And if you're like me, you're missing Japan a lot, maybe this video can help you as well. And if you don't know much about Japanese culture and maybe you're just exploring, maybe you like watching anime or you just like Japanese food or, you know, the culture and things like that, maybe this can be an easy entrance for you in terms of just looking at places in London to go to get that, you know, like Japanese atmosphere going on. And for today's video, I thought maybe you could start with groceries because I don't know, I just miss walking in Japanese supermarkets, just looking at, you know, like the produce, the seasonings and things like that. I miss going to Donkey in Hong Kong. If you know, you know. I miss going to places like City Super, Yatin, Logon, Eon, and things like that. And I miss going there with my mom, to be honest. We can spend hours in there. I miss going to drugstores and, you know. So I thought maybe we could start off with groceries, but there's definitely tons of other places we could go to, but yeah, maybe in a different video. So yeah, without further ado, let's get this Japanese vibes going. We're going to start this series at Esmart. The closest station is Queensway on the Central Line. Once you exit the station, just cross the road and it's just there slightly to your left. I would say this store specializes in a lot of quite fancy Japanese snacks, as you can see here. This place also really reminds me of convenience stores back in Japan, especially because it even has a refrigerator which is heated. Apart from actual snacks, they also do lots of kind of like little miscellaneous home goods and things like that, which really reminds me of 100 yen stores. As you can see here, they have a huge selection of pocky and pretz and different drinks as well. And they even have what I used to have a lot as a kid. These snacks that sort of are like M&Ms or Smarties. And I would say they also have a huge selection of just cute, cheap utensils and tools you can use in your kitchen. And if you walk further in, they also have a nice selection of various seasonings, condiments, sauces, and so on that you can use in your cooking or just to top up your meal. I find these really handy. They also have a nice selection of salad dressings. And on the other side, they also have this like refrigerator of other groceries and things that you can definitely check out. I would say the size of the store isn't massive, but it's in quite central London, so it's very accessible, easy to get to, and I would recommend visiting them for just some basic groceries and things like that. Next up, we're going to somewhere further away. This place is located in Acton. I think the closest tube station is North Acton, and that's how I went there. Basically, once you exit the station, you just need to get to the main road and just keep going straight. I think the trickiest thing is that in this area, there's just a lot of industrial buildings, storage units, factories, and things like that. And it just doesn't look like somewhere where the supermarket would be. And so I've questioned myself so many times whether I'm going the right way, but you just need to keep going. Once you go past the roundabout, you should be able to see this place called the Chase Center. And once you get in, this is what it looks like. I think their actual warehouse is also located here, but don't be alarmed. The actual part that's open to the public is just to the left. Right in the entrance, you can see loads of rice. They're like massive packs. Just keep heading upstairs. Throughout the stairs, you'll see various products on sale, and you just need to keep going once again. And once you get to the very top, they have two sides, one to the left and one area to the right. In the area on the left, you can see a lot of short-dated products that are on clearance sale, and it's also where their refrigerator is, so you can find vegetables, other goods that are refrigerated, and also some drinks. After that, if you head to the right-hand side, you'll find just a tiny bit of selection of non-food items. And then I would say there's quite a huge selection of alcoholic items, or like sake and, just Japanese wine and stuff like that. The thing is, I don't really drink alcohol, so I'm not that sure, but I don't think I've seen this in other places yet. So maybe if you're into that, this might be a good place for you to go look for these Japanese alcohol. And then I'm so excited because they also have a massive selection of Japanese snacks. If you know me at all, I love Japanese snacks. They've got like fun Kit Kats and also these, I don't know what they're called, but my mom loves these. And I remember snacking on them together while we were watching TV when I was younger. And that felt so nostalgic to me. Okay, after that, they also have a little selection of fresh bakery products. Right, and then right next to the snacks, you can find all these, I guess, like dried goods. They have furikake for rice toppings, various like pasta sauces, curries. Yeah, apart from that, they also have like pre-cooked rice and various dried noodle options. I found these really thick udon noodles, which looked very interesting. Maybe I'll try them at some point. And if you go further in, you'll be able to find a full frozen section with loads of refrigerators. They've got loads of frozen stuff that are very traditional Japanese. They've got desserts as well. Look at all the ice creams and traditional Japanese dessert. I don't quite know how to put it in words, but this place really reminds me of Japan. It just somehow gives off those vibes. It even smells like that. And I forgot to mention, but I think most of their staff, if not all, are Japanese. I hear them talking in Japanese, but I could not understand. Oh, after that, I found these gyoza wrappers, which really reminds me of my childhood because I used to wrap these with my grandma and I really miss that. But if you feel overwhelmed about making them yourself or you don't have the time, they also have pre-made ones. And then, wait a second, look at the selection of instant ramen and noodles. I was so tempted to get these. I remember having this seafood one in convenience stores back in Japan. Those were such good memories. And after that, as you can see, they also have a huge selection of sashimi and other frozen goods. And ooh, natto. What do you guys think? I'm actually curious. And after that, just more selection of curry. And if you go back outside near the cashier, you'll be able to find all these just dry goods. They also have loads of just sauces, condiments, seasonings. You will basically find anything you need. And I would say overall, this is one of the bigger places I've been to. So the next place we're going to is a shop called Natural. And I think they have a few locations across London, but not all of them do groceries. I think some of them might be like a sushi shop or restaurant, something like that. But today, the one we're going to is in Finchley. Once you get out of the tube station, just keep going straight and you will see a Waitrose over here. Once you go past the Waitrose, across the road, and there is natural. It looks like we have some like vegetables and other fresh groceries outside of the store. Here's more. They've got like tomatoes, onions, potatoes, and various things. Immediately once you head in on the right hand side, there's this massive shelf of different rice, which is really cool. And they also have a massive selection of fresh groceries. A lot of stuff which I haven't seen before actually. I think they specialize in organic stuff, and I've noticed they have quite a great selection of sushi and sashimi, etc. We also have sushi and some other drinks over here. Feels like Japan. I don't really drink, but they do have a selection of alcohol here. Looks really fancy. They have like a selection for tea and also some like seaweed, mushrooms over here. Sauces like soy sauce, I guess all the basics and essentials. Then you've got some other groceries over there. Looks like there's like frozen food over there as well. We'll have a look. This is so cool. They have some like dried vegetables. I believe you can put in soups and stuff to rehydrate. They also have like some cute like toothbrush and notebooks. Oh, that's so cute. Man, I used to love instant noodles so much. To be fair, I still do. And they even stock like chutney thing. That's like every Hong Kong person's favorite food. I don't know if that's true, but when I was growing up, that sesame one used to be my favorite. Okay, after that they also have a couple of freezers with frozen groceries. There's like takoyaki, gyozas, fresh, well not fresh, frozen like meats and stuff like that, which was pretty cool. They also had desserts and, to be honest, a lot of quite, I would say, traditional Japanese stuff. This next one we're visiting is called Starry Mart, and it's not strictly a Japanese supermarket. It's more a general Asian one, but it does have quite a lot of Japanese selection. Looks like it's their opening day. The location I visited today was the Southside one, and apparently they have other ones as well, which I found out afterwards. But just look at the amount of cup noodles and instant noodles they have. And over here they have a massive selection of Kit Kats, even regional flavors that I've never seen before. And these are some of very nostalgic snacks to me. They're all like Japanese, and I think there are a couple of other ones too. But I remember having these almond snacks growing up, and also these pop pan. They're from this brand Garden, which is Hong Kong, I think. And here are some chocolates which my mom got for me a lot as a kid. And then this crisp choco, oh my gosh, so nostalgic. After that, I just wanted to show you guys some Pocky, which I love. And they even have loads of Hong Kong branded like potato crisps, which was really nice actually. I didn't get any that day, but here's just an overview of what they have. After this, I just wanted to show you guys a few more cup noodles. I used to have movie nights with my mom. I would have this one, which is the seafood flavor that isn't spicy, and my mom would have this one. Okay, up next, moving on, they had a massive selection of just cooking, seasonings like condiments, sauces, whatever. And after that, you have this massive selection of more instant foods in the form of like rice cakes, soups, congee, porridge, and that was really cool. And yeah, over here you have a fridge of just dumplings, and up there you have some like furikake and other seasonings. Here are some cereal options as well. They also had a few more fridges of frozen groceries, which I didn't show you completely, but yeah, there was quite a generous selection. And look at this shelf of matcha. If you like matcha just as much as I do, this would be a paradise for you. And apparently they have an upstairs as well, so of course I had to go check it out. And apparently upstairs it was not food stuff, but you know, anything other than food. It low-key reminded me of like Japanese random stores and drugstores, things like that. It was so cool to see. Although I do have to admit the prices are quite a lot more expensive than they would have been in Hong Kong or Japan. Although I would say that is fairly understandable considered they're all imported, and yeah, that's a cute cat. Here is a very cool stoneware type of like kitchenware thing. And oh my gosh, look at the selection of tableware. I kid you not, it took me all my willpower to not take everything home. Hey, it's been a few months since that last clip, and apparently Mart has a location in Fulham as well. So I just thought I would take you guys along and see how that compares. I am at Fulham Broadway Station right now. I think that's the nearest tube station. And apparently in Google Maps it says it's going to be a 10-minute walk, so we're gonna head there now. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll film on the way just because it's raining outside, and I think it would be a bit too much for me to hold an umbrella and navigate at the same time. So I'll just show you guys what there is when we get there. Okay, I think I see it. I think it's just that one straight ahead. Sorry it's so loud. But yeah, I would say it's pretty close to the station. It took me roughly 10 minutes to get to, and it's because I'm not that familiar with the area, so it took me a bit of time to just navigate. But I think it's pretty close to the station and quite straightforward to get to. But yeah, I'm just gonna head in now and have a look around. Okay, so straight at the door, there's already some stuff that's on sale there at reduced price. Well, and on the right-hand side of the entrance, you can see a massive wall of just non-food items. Sort of reminds me of drugstores in Japan, which I can get stuck in for hours. Yeah, this is kind of awkward for my male audiences, if there are any. But yeah, these are the ones I normally get from Japan. I normally pack like an entire suitcase of these back with me because they're just really good. I don't know. The shampoos I can vouch for. I've used them myself. They're really good. They also have a selection of ice cream, different drinks, alcohol over there, other drinks over here, and just a fridge here. And in the middle aisle you have just a bunch of frozen foods. There's like, yeah, kimbap and gyozas, or are those mandos? I think, yeah, those are like the Korean ones. And you have some rice bowls, more dumplings and gyozas and stuff like that. So these look more Japanese. And I believe these are more Chinese versions. Okay, that's quite a big selection. And you have stuff for like hot pot and stuff like that as well over here. I would say the fresh produce are a little limited. They have some veg over here and over there too, but I think that's about it. They do have quite a generous amount of like kimchi and tofu selection though, so that's really nice. Sorry for the flashing lights. I don't know why it's like that. And of course you have some sort of proteins, I would say. These are just some meats and seafood, and yeah, it's hard for me to show you exactly what they have, but that's quite a nice selection. And if you're feeling like it, they even sell like the dumpling wrappers or gyoza wrappers, wonton wrappers. I know they're slightly different, but quite similar, and you can wrap your own. And then there's one final fridge over here, which sells, I guess, just more meat. Yeah, those look quite fancy. Here are the prices if you're wondering. I'd say definitely more expensive than your standard supermarket ones, but I bet these are, you know, like fancy cuts or something like that. And then they have this bakery section, which is so cute. Oh, these cakes look really fancy. They're like pound cakes, and I think they're Japanese. Well, okay. They are like 5-6 pounds for each cake though. so yeah, definitely pricey, but I bet it's good. And here we go. It's the wall of seasonings and sauces and cooking stuff. This looks like it has everything you'll need. They have more over here on the side. And sorry, someone's vacuuming at the moment, but here on this side is more like Japanese and Korean sauces, whereas over here just now, it's more, I think, Chinese or Hong Kong, Taiwanese sauces, and I think we even have like Southeast Asian ones over here, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, I see some Thai ones there and some other ones here. They also have canned stuff, which is really nice. So fish, luncheon meats, and other, I guess, canned or preserved foods. These look like very traditional Chinese seasonings and ingredients, stuff like that. I don't actually know how to use most of these stuff, but yeah, if you're into that, there you go. They also have a selection of rice, as I can see, and I guess flour. Yeah, I think these are like flour, you know, like pancake ingredients, stuff like that. Okay, on this side, this is actually super cool. It looks like they have a selection of, you know, like tableware and plates and stuff as well, similar to the last one. Let's have a quick look. Yeah, these are all made in Japan. That's really nice. Well, I guess I'm not sure if they all are, but it looks like most of them are. Wait, no way. I think I have a similar one at home. I got that in Japan though. Okay, let's not get sidetracked. We have more stuff over here. I think we're moving more into, you know, like the cup noodle or ready to eat food section. These are porridge or congee, depending on what you call them. And these are just some ready-made rice. I think it's similar to, you know, those like rice packs in Tesco's or whatever, but Japanese rice. And these ones, I believe you have like sauces as well. What is this? Let's see. Yeah, this one is rice and curry sauce. And let's see what this one is. This one is also rice and curry sauce. Oh, I think they're all the same. And you also have tteokbokki, I think that's what they're called. In Chinese, the direct translation is just rice cakes, which I think that's what it is anyway. And you have some soups. Oh man, I remember getting these in like, okay, I know this is Korean, but they have like Japanese versions of these, like miso soup or whatever, in convenience stores. And whenever I visit Japan, I always have to get some to have in the hotel at night. Yeah, they also have pastas and, you know, Japanese versions of Western soup. It looks like it even has those like crispy stuff in, which is so cool. There you go. And then immediately right behind me, you can see this massive wall of just cup noodles. I think they're mostly Japanese, although those ones are Hong Kong. I know that because I used to have this with my mom. I think I see some other ones as well. Man, this is super cool. And if that isn't enough instant noodles, look at this wall. You have a massive selection. And even more here. Okay, these ones I think are more like Korean ones. But yeah, I think I see a lot of stuff which I have not seen elsewhere. So definitely a lot of exclusives over here, which is really nice. If you're into this sort of stuff, you can get stuck here for hours. Next up, right opposite the instant noodle wall, you can see loads of these like potato crisps and things like that. Wait, oh my gosh, these used to be my favorite, the Calbee ones. And those ones, the Yasu is from Hong Kong. These I also used to have with my mom. I remember thinking they were extra fancy because of the ridged cut. And wow, definitely a lot of ones I have not seen before. Yeah, I probably won't show you all of the snacks, but here's just a bit more. And you also get like sweets, I guess, like chocolates, biscuits, and gummy sweets, things like that. Hey, this place is actually cool. Looks like there are more drinks over here that are not refrigerated. So, yeah. I'd say this one might have a bigger selection than the one I showed you guys right before, as in the location. But yeah, I would recommend having a look here if you're into Asian food, because I think the good thing about this one is it has a big selection of Japanese stuff, as you can see, but it's not limited to just that, so that's pretty nice. Okay, time for some of my personal recommendations. I don't know if I'll get anything because I have some of them at home, but firstly, in terms of crisps, I really like Calbee and also a brand called Koikea, I think. These two I really like, and yeah, they have a really big selection of them. In terms of noodles, my favorite of all time is unfortunately not Japanese. I don't know why I'm putting it in this video. It's Indomie. I'll show you. I don't think it's particularly like uncommon, so people probably have heard of it already. It's Indomie, and I used to have these a lot as a kid. My mom's gonna kill me when she sees this. But yeah, coffee AGF Blendy, I think that's the brand. I have not personally had this, like the instant filter coffee version, but I've had this in a jar of instant coffee. It's really good. Wait, what the frick? They've got the pistachio one. Oh my gosh, guys, you cannot sleep on this. This is so good. I have tried this in my pistachio video, which I believe is still in the process of making at the moment, but you'll see it soon. In terms of nuts, this brand, the HBAF one, is really good. I have not tried these flavors before. This is like chocolate churros. They have Jeju matcha and hazelnut, bong bong, whatever that means. But I think their OG one is the honey butter one. That one, I feel like you cannot beat, even though I haven't tried these ones, so maybe they're better, who knows. This is one of my childhood snacks. It's so good. In Hong Kong, they also sell like other versions. So it always comes in this signature packaging of just one long stick of either biscuits or potato chips or whatever, crackers. And yeah, I like their different varieties. This one particularly, I've also had a lot as a kid. Of course, I cannot not introduce like Pocky and Pretz, you know. These are just my childhood snacks as well. I have tried this one. I don't know what is so sakura about it. Maybe it's just the color, but it's good. Wait, I don't think I'll get these today, but I've been seeing these all over social media. I think Samyang is the brand for Buldak, wherever it is. It's over there. And yeah, they've released this like protein pasta version of instant noodles. Apparently it's like, okay, it's not like high protein, whatever, but it is higher protein than, you know, I guess like normal instant noodles. I've been wanting to try these. Maybe I won't get some today, but we can try all 4 flavors in a video or something. You guys would be up for watching that. Wait, this is crazy. Look at the amount of Pringles that are weird flavored. Hey, so I just left and I got one thing. It might not be what you're hoping for, but it's this like toilet cleaner. Basically, I don't know why, but my toilet gets clogged up so bad. I don't even know why. The thing is, I don't throw anything I shouldn't be inside my toilet, so I've got no idea why it's so bad. The last time when I went to Japan, I got something similar. I think it's the same brand, and it worked really well in my toilet, so I thought, yeah. I think it was like £3 or something like that, and there's quite a few inside. It's a bit dark, I can't read, but yeah. I will give you guys a review, maybe, if you're interested, but anyway, yeah, let's head on to our next spot. I'm not gonna go today, but keep watching to find out where I go next. Okay, I know I did say we're gonna explore the next place, and there actually is going to be a next place. Actually, not just one next place, it's like multiple that I've discovered while I'm doing research, but I think this video is long enough as it is, so I'm probably gonna end it here. But before I end, I thought I would show you guys just quickly a website that sells Japanese groceries. So I don't think they do exclusively just Japanese, but it was a Japanese guy who started it, I think. And yeah, so I think they primarily do Japanese groceries and stuff like that, but it's a little more than just groceries. So it's not just raw food and, like dry goods and things like that. They also do like cooked dishes, which are, I believe, like frozen, or at least it's sort of like a ready meal kind of thing, and you can heat it up. It's a lot of just, I guess, Japanese cuisine. It doesn't even necessarily need to be traditional Japanese. They do like fusion stuff, so like pasta and things like that too, and it's just a huge selection. So the place I'm talking about is Waso, and yeah, there's just a massive selection. They obviously do like dry goods as well, but as I mentioned, they also do like dishes, so there's a massive selection here as well. And they also do like sashimi and things like that, which I think you can't just easily find in British supermarkets like Tesco or even M&S and Waitrose. Even if you go to an expensive one, you might not find as much of a Japanese selection of groceries and ready-made food. So that's really helpful. And by the way, I said they primarily do Japanese, but they also do like other Asian kind of groceries as well. And yeah, I've been finding it quite helpful. I think I've ordered a couple of times and I've had a good experience with them. In fact, okay, this might sound like a bit of a tangent, and it is, but just stick with me. Basically, I am a pianist as well, and I accompany like ABR7, Trinity, or other board exams sometimes. And there was this one time last year I was accompanying this Japanese student. She's a mature student. In fact, she's I think retired, and he's just picking up the oboe and going for exams. And we were just talking, and she's lived in London for many, many years. And I was just asking her, like, oh, do you miss Japan? Like, was it hard to, start a life in London, get used to things because you grew up in Japan? And she was telling me how, yeah, food is a massive aspect for her. It's quite different from how she grew up. And in fact, she told me about this website. She was like, oh, I get my groceries and, like rice and stuff from there. And they deliver, I guess, nationwide. And my family actually came to visit over summer. And my mom's birthday was during that period. And they went sightseeing in just a random town up north. I can't remember where. And there was just nothing there. And I could not find any like cake delivery service there. Basically, my mom's birthday was during that week, and I really wanted to get her a cake, but I could not find somewhere that would deliver there. And surprisingly, Waso did it. So I think my mom really enjoyed it. I got her like a matcha cake, and other family members with her at that time also had some cake. I also ordered for them, and I think it was just a great like service. And a bonus thing is they have great customer service. I know this sounds like an ad, it's not sponsored at all. I just genuinely enjoyed using their service. The worst thing in the world is when you get like rude customer service, or maybe just customer service that does not exist and they do not reply. They're not like that. They have this WhatsApp service available where you can just text them and they reply pretty instantly, and they're really polite and helpful. And I think that's just a massive bonus. So I will probably introduce them in a more like detailed way in a future video, and maybe we could even do an order together. I personally have not tried their waso like dishes before, as in the ready-made stuff, so maybe we could do that together as well. Maybe we could order some groceries and I can cook, and we could just do a future video on that. I just thought I'd drop this here because I genuinely enjoyed, I guess, just shopping from them. And I have a referral link which I can put down below. In fact, as I said, this is not sponsored. This is just my personal referral link, and if you click on that link, you can get a discount on your first order or something like that, which is really, really nice. But anyway, I thought I would end this video here. There was so much more I was trying to do. I want to go to some like proper Japanese restaurants. I want to visit some shops that don't sell groceries necessarily, but like Japanese stuff. I want to go to these, like, apparently there are parks in London where they have like Japanese gardens. I don't know how that's gonna feel like. Whether that would remind me of Japan or if it's a completely different thing. I guess we could explore that together if you would be interested in that. So do let me know in the comments below if you would like a future video on that. And while you're at it, if you enjoyed it at all, just give me a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe as well, because as I said, we might do a future video on something similar. But yeah, it was cool going to all these places with you guys. And one final thing, I just wanted to say this video was filmed over the span of many, many months. And that last clip I filmed at Mart Fulham was just last week. So that was fairly recent. But everything else was filmed like many, many months ago. I think I'm still a bit awkward in front of the camera, definitely. But I've gotten a lot more comfortable with just, I guess, like talking and things like that. So I don't really know what my point is, but those first couple of clips, I know I wasn't talking a lot and maybe the clips weren't that coherent. I hope you don't mind and please bear with me. I just did a voiceover for most of them. But yeah, I hope that was informative still. Anyway, I hope in the next video we could explore more of Japan culture in London maybe? I don't know. But yeah, I need to stop yapping and start editing, so see you guys soon.